Hey, welcome in. Welcome into Driveline Baseball. Place this around the end of your barrel. Welcome into Driveline Baseball. So we've been at this location for about 3 years now, and I'm just going to kind of give you a quick tour of the athlete experience. It starts off in the weight room, so go ahead and follow me. So we assess each athlete's peak power and find a way to find their baseline for us to give them certain training with our HP staff, with our training staff. We start everybody at a baseline and figure out where we are and hit the hard points on something that we need in order to make them a better athlete. Here's where we're going to be giving our athletes their workouts from our HP staff, HP meaning high performance. And let me show you the training floor. Here we've got our plyo wall where all of our athletes who are pitchers and even some hitters are actually going to be throwing our weighted balls. And this is our on-site PT. Basically, if an athlete is feeling, a little not so great, or all the way to maybe somebody who's coming off of an injury, we'll actually have our on-site PT work with them. Athletes are able to schedule same day in some cases. As for our cages here, we actually have about split half and half between hitting and pitching sides. All of our cages are outfitted with hit tracks and blast technology, and our pitching side is all set up with stalker radar guns. Here in this cage, we actually have our pitch design. This is our TrackMan that we have, which is going to be looking at flight path of a ball, and we're able to adjust a pitch a little bit at a time in order to kind of make an entirely different pitch.
What's the thing on the swivel over there?
On the swivel? Are you talking about our edger?
Is that what it is?
Yeah, so we have an edger camera that's in the back there. What that's going to be doing is it's going to be a behind-the-shot view of a pitch, so we can actually see finger placement on a pitcher, and it gives them real-time feedback on the TVs that's right next to them. Our hitting cages are also outfitted with 2 iPitch machines, which can be programmed with any pitch that you can possibly think of. And if you follow me over here, we actually have overload and underload speed bats that we produce here with AxeBat. So what we're doing is we're giving different sorts of loads. This one's going to be a barrel load, a little bit more towards the barrel, and handle load, more towards the handle, affecting different parts of the hitter in order to see if we can maybe change certain things about like maybe their bat speed or something that they're able to affect in a game situation. And lastly, Driveline's bread and butter, it's going to be our R&D lab. So here's where we do our biomechanical assessments on all of our players, all the way from Academy 10U to our pro players. Each side of the hitter's box, as well as the pitcher's mound, is outfitted with force plates to tell us the motions and forces that are applied with pitching and also with hitting. We have a hit track set up for that live feedback on our hitter's side. And how this assessment is done is we have 46 anatomical landmarks that are going to be placed throughout the body. It's a lot like how you were to maybe put together somebody in a video game. You would map somebody out and see their movements. It's the same idea here, but we get to see the motions and forces that are associated with playing baseball. We take this data directly into our athlete meetings so that we can actually tell them specifically what part of their pitching or their hitting stride or any part of their biomechanics that we're able to see. And especially with the pitching side too, it could be something as simple as changing a few degrees of that lead leg block. Could be something that could add 1 to 2 miles an hour, on their velocity. So here's where we have our blast sensors for our hitters. Specifically, these are going to be looking at things like bat speed and things that hit tracks aren't able to find. What you do is you place this around the end of your barrel, and it cups around, and it holds on, so that way you can find those certain things about your hitting. And lastly here we have our pulse station. So pulse is our IMU sensors that get placed on the inside of a pitcher's arm. It tells us certain things like their arm slot, arm speed, and arm torque. And it gives you kind of like a smaller biomechanical analysis without needing a huge lab like we have.